Hello and welcome back to VAR From The Truth podcast.
Hello.
You're right, Josh? How are you, man?
Yeah, very well, mate. What are we going to be talking about today?
So, got a lot to get through today. We're going to go through points on the board, which is our prediction series. Have Arsenal bottled the league already? And we're going to talk little bit about the top four race and maybe a surprise team that could sneak into that. And then Liverpool, Mo Salah's return. Their unbeaten streak has ended. Is that a coincidence? We'll discuss it. But yeah, how have you been, man? Lots to discuss this week.
Yeah, really good, mate. Not the best Monday after the game yesterday, but obviously we'll come to that in a bit. But yeah, all in all, pretty good, man. What about you?
Yeah, man. Probably going to be the most negative points on the board from mine and your team's perspective in the whole season. I'm just gutted, to be honest, and yeah, it's just crazy how much football can, rule your emotions.
Yeah.
But we will get into that. But before we do get started, we need to see who's won points on the board this week. And give
Yes.
predictions for next week. It's
Okay.
5-2 to me at the moment. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Who wins?
Hit me.
So we obviously missed last week because we were super busy with work. But first game was Man United against Man City. I predicted a draw, and you went with a United win.
Oh man, Michael Carrick and that.
So it's 1-0 to you.
Okay.
And then it was Chelsea against Brentford. You went for a draw,
Yeah.
and I went for a Chelsea win. And Chelsea did win that one. Under Liam Rossignol.
He's aging men.
What a guy, man. Like, how are you just casually dropping that? Then we've gone for Leeds against Fulham. You went for a Fulham win. I went for a Leeds win. And Leeds won that game 1-0. So quite a close one. So 2-1 up.
Yeah.
Then we got Liverpool against Burnley. We both went for a Liverpool win. Got stopped back in Liverpool. It's costing me
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
They've cost me so many points this year, bro. It's crazy. And then team you've been backing from pretty much the start of the season, Sunderland against Palace. I went for a draw, and you went for a Sunderland win. So that leaves us at 2-2 because they won 2-1.
Yep.
Oh, now we get to Spurs against West Ham. Now, you went for a draw there, and I went for a Spurs win, and West Ham actually won that 2-1. And then this leads us to Arsenal. Nottingham Forest against Arsenal. We both backed our team to win, and we're both left very disappointed.
2 weeks, no, 3 weeks on the spin.
Yeah. Then we go for Wolves Newcastle. We both backed Newcastle to win, and it was 0-0. So no points for either of us. It's all to play for, headed into the last game of the weekend, which was Aston Villa against Everton. I went for a draw. You went for a Villa win. And it was an Everton win.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah.
And then the last game was Brighton against Bournemouth. You went for a Brighton win. I went for a Bournemouth win. And it turned out to be a draw.
A lot of draws last week.
A lot of draws. So
Surprise upset.
overall, the points on the board, we've actually we've actually shared the points, and that's the first time this season.
Yeah.
So the scores on the doors after that game week is 6-3 to
Mm-hmm.
me. But we both picked up a point there, so we're in the same place we were last week.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that
Yeah.
for now.
You just got to be within touching distance.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, mate. Just like
Oh,
Man City.
yeah, well, they're certainly within touching distance now, aren't they?
Anyway, what are the games for this week?
Next weekend's fixtures, starting off with Brighton against Everton. Brighton are at home.
I'll let you go first because you never back Brighton.
I'm going for a draw.
Everton.
Everton will be hard to beat.
Yeah, they will. Brighton win. Yeah, Brighton win.
Leading on to Leeds at home to Arsenal. I'm going for an Arsenal win.
Yeah, me too.
I think they'll bounce back. If not, this podcast is cancelled.
Until further notice.
But I won't be like the next time you'll see us is if Arsenal like win a trophy.
Yeah, we'll be at the parade, like
Yeah, trust.
live.
Then leading on, we got Wolves against Bournemouth. Wolves are at home.
Mm,
Wolves been picking up a few results recently.
they
It's no
have.
longer a formality that they're going to lose.
But Bournemouth have played really well the last few weeks, to be fair. They played very well against Liverpool.
They won 2 in a row, I think.
Yeah,
Spurs, and then
yeah, especially after they had like a streak, like a 13-game streak of not winning a game. So I'm gonna go Bournemouth for that one. But I could see like a 0-0 as well.
I'm going to go for a Wolves win.
Mad. Fair play.
I don't know. I think there's a bit of something going on there. I think the new managers obviously started to impact them a little bit.
Mm,
They're playing with a little bit more confidence. They've gotten a few results. They are at home, and I just think Bournemouth leak goals.
yeah.
Wolves can Wolves. I don't know. I'm mainly going as well because it's against you, seeing if I can nick a point.
Yeah, fair.
Then we got Chelsea against West Ham. I'll go first. I'm going to back Chelsea to win that.
Just don't think I should risk losing a point here.
You love going against them as well.
I do, mate. I do.
Pretty much every week, it's like they're going to drop points.
It's down been all right the last couple of weeks as well.
I know. Trust. This
Done
Liam
Derby as well.
aging men, bro. Aging men.
Trust. I'm gonna go for. I'm
West
gonna
Ham have been all right as well.
I'm gonna go for a draw, bro.
Uh,
Come on, you Irons.
Liverpool against Newcastle at Anfield.
Oh, that's tough because they've
You want to
both
go
been
first?
stinky recently, bro.
Mate, Newcastle have been woeful.
Yeah.
And I think is Gomes injured?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Really big mess.
he's that like without him, they're just
I'm gonna go with Liverpool win. I think I can actually see this game going like literally a win for either team or a draw. That's how like bad both of them have been recently.
I'm gonna go for a draw. I just
Yeah.
reckon Liverpool love drawing games at the moment. I think Newcastle will be quite tough to play against. Like they are a tough team. They get stuck in. They've got
Mm.
physicality. Wissa can get a little goal on the break. They got pace as well. I think they'll, and I think is Kanate. I think Devin Kanate's playing. I
Yeah.
think Joe Gomez had to go off injured as well, so they had Endo at the back,
Oh shit.
Bournemouth. So maybe like Newcastle can nick something there.
Mm,
They're rubbish at Anfield though usually.
yeah.
Then we got Villa against Brentford.
You can go first.
I'm gonna go for a Villa win. They're just so good. They're my favourite team to watch at the moment.
Mm.
I just love the way they pop the ball about in midfield. Yuri Tielemans, bro. What I
Brent
do. He's
win.
so sick.
I think Brentford win that game for some reason.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that Eagle Thiago, I think he scores like a brace.
Fair play, bro. Hope it happens.
Mm.
Then we got United against Fulham at Old Trafford.
Fulham win. Harry Wilson.
Oh,
Bro, he's been on actual flames as well.
yeah, he has.
Scored again in the 2-1 win the other day. Free kick, 90th minute against Brighton.
He's crazy, bro. He's
Yeah.
one of your. Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a United win.
Mm.
There's no way they beat Man City and Arsenal, and
It
then
would
like
just be so United though.
it would be United. I just if that
But to
happens,
be fair, obviously we'll talk about it later, but Carrick's gotten. Wow. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
yeah. Then we got Forest against Palace. Proper relegation
Ooh.
scrap. I'll go first. I'm gonna go for a Forest win.
Do you know what? I'm gonna have to back you there because I just think Palace have been all over the shop recently.
Mate, do you know what? Forest, the way they played against Arsenal, Elliot Anderson,
Mm.
Sean Dyche's got them very organised.
Do you know
And
what? I don't think they'd be in trouble if they didn't have Ange at the start of the season, bro.
yeah, that's the only reason that they're in trouble.
Yeah, so like they're kind of they were starting off from like a bad position, but I reckon they'll be safe. They'll be alright. They got too many good players, bro.
They do, yeah. Yeah, they do. They're tough. Um, then this is the big one, bro. The big one of the weekend. We got Spurs against Man City at Spurs. Will
Uh,
Spurs do their biggest rivals a favour and beat title contenders Man City?
I hope so, and for that reason, I'm gonna go for a draw.
That's a lovely prediction, that. That's what
Yeah,
I was going to go for. Going for a Spurs win.
mad.
For-
Bogey team.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to do positive affirmations right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need to speak it into
First,
reality.
the first and last time we'll be positive about Spurs.
Yeah. I actually got my top, genuinely. It's kind of a win-win. If Man
Mm.
City batter them, get to laugh at Spurs.
Yeah,
And then if Spurs win, you know, we get to laugh at Man City. So
Thomas
probably the
Franklin.
two most dislikable teams in world football.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
And then the last fixture of the weekend, or on the Monday, is your favourite team, Sunderland,
Hmm.
home to Burnley.
Sunderland win.
Yeah, I've got to say. Do I go for a draw? Yeah, I'll go for a draw.
Fair play.
If I'd have picked first, I'd have gone for a Sunderland win.
Mm-hmm. They haven't been amazing the last few weeks, though, to be fair. I think
Mm.
it's catch up with
Yeah,
them.
they got battered by Brentford, didn't they?
Yeah, do you know what? Xhaka was out. I think that's a really, really big miss for them.
Yeah, mate, he is being the sign. Do you know what? Let's get right into this. All right. I was thinking about this the other day. Granit Xhaka in that season before we signed Declan Rice as RA we haven't been the same attacking force since.
Nah, no, we haven't. Mate, do you
We
remember he used to burst past a striker and get a goal or two?
Yeah, and he would just and like he scored a few screamers as well.
Mm,
Um, he was solid, and we would just flip like we were a free flowing attacking side
mm,
with no pressure.
yeah, yeah. I
And
think I think now, like, I think if we signed him, like, now, like, when he was, like, the age that he was when he came to us, and, like, had him as, like, the 10, because I think originally he actually was a 10, bro. He was like an 8/10, like,
yeah,
Borussia Mönchengladbach and that. Um, I think he'd keep Odegaard well out of the team, because he did used to, like, burst past the striker. He's got good feet. He's got a shot on him. Um, and he can still do the defensive stuff. Like, imagine having, like, him as, like, the 10 in his prime, Decker's at the 8, and then, like, Zubimendi. Like,
yeah.
it's just so much better than fucking Martin Odegaard. He's really winding me up, mate.
Let's talk Arsenal, bro. Let's talk Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let's just go right into it. Obviously, I've been, you know, so I was so angry last night.
Mm,
Um, it was a spineless performance at home at the Emirates. I literally didn't speak to anyone for hours afterwards.
mm,
I just went and like, yeah, I was just silent. I just couldn't believe it. I was so angry and so frustrated with the way we played. And
yeah.
like then this morning, like woke up and I just remembered what happened and just had made I had so many messages. A lot of my mates are United fans,
Yeah.
um, and it's the most messages I've had after a game in a very long time. And one of them said,
It's like just come out of the woodwork. Like, do you know what I
yeah,
mean? They've been so
one of them
quiet
said to me, he was like, "You got a lot to discuss on your podcast next week." And I was just like, "Yeah, cheers, mate."
there long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt the same as you, to be honest, mate. I was really, really frustrated. Um,
Where did you watch it, bro?
I was at home. I was watching it. I
Mm.
was I was watching it on my phone on Sky Go. Um, and so obviously went 1-0 up. And then as soon as we went 1-0 up, I was just like, we made a couple of mistakes, and I was like, oh, I can see something dumb happening here. And then literally as I spoke, Zubimendi gave it away to Mbumo.
I think
Um,
I messaged you as well, like just after we scored. I was just like, we need to stop being so sloppy in possession.
yeah,
And
literally,
then
bro.
that happened. And I
Uh,
just couldn't believe it. And also, like, I was watching it, and the Sky pundits, they were like, oh, when Arsenal score first, they won every single game.
don't like these stats, bro.
And then, like, the way I don't know what happened, like, because we were in so much control of the game. And this has been a reoccurring issue with this Arsenal team. Started super well against Liverpool. Then after 25, 30 minutes, they started to get a hold of the game. Started
Mm,
super well against United. After 25, 30 minutes, they started to get hold of the game. And it just felt like everyone was playing with pressure.
yeah.
And what Zubimendi and Saliba were doing that was just piss poor.
Mm, yeah.
It was shocking.
No, I agree, man. And I think, like, just watching the game, like, we didn't deserve to get anything out of that game, to be fair. Like, United were far the better team. And when it did go to 2-2, I would have taken a point all day long, because, like I said, we did not deserve it. And, like, just to say that at home, top of the league against a United team that have been piss poor, like, absolutely woeful all season. And, in 7 days, Michael Carrick has gotten paying better than what Arteta's got us playing. After being here for 6 years. Like, United over the last couple of games sort of remind me of like Arsenal in like 22, 23 when we just signed Zinchenko and Jesus, and like we were playing like really like electric football. And I just don't understand how we've gone from that, with a lot of the core players are still there, to what we are now, which is like so systematic, so boring. It's not enjoyable to watch, mate. Like if we win the league, obviously I'm going to be so happy. But Arsenal are not an enjoyable club to watch, really, at the moment. Like,
It's like,
in
yeah.
away at San Siro, excellent, like really excellent, like pretty good to watch. But in the league this year, we've just been so bad. It's just relying on like poor goals, set pieces, own goals. Like the 2 goals we scored yesterday were absolutely dreadful goals. Like obviously you take them, but like when was the last time Arsenal scored a goal like Cunha scored, like Dorgu scored, like in the league? I literally can't remember the last time. And yeah, man, it's really, really, really frustrated with that game.
Yeah, mate. I think it's the thing is that Arsenal they've got such a target on their back because of how well they're doing in terms of being top of the Champions League, being top of the Prem, and I think one of my biggest frustrations going into this game, now I know the result. Obviously, I was happy to beat Inter 3-1, um, but in the grand scheme of things, Zubamendi played the full 90 minutes in that game
Mm,
and clearly wasn't at it against United.
mm,
Saka played a full 90 minutes against Inter when you got Madueke, who's there raring to go. We put so much. Like, we played most of our starters. Saliba played the full game. Jurriën Timber as well. I must say, over the last few weeks, I gave Jurriën Timber so much praise, but going forward, which is what Arsenal are lacking at the moment, he really frustrates me
yeah,
because he never picks out a good cross. Like, find me a time where Jurriën Timber has picked out a lovely cross and we've
yeah,
scored from it. He
yeah.
always just seems to be getting in the way when we attack. And going, like, obviously defensively, can't fault him. He's
Mm,
fantastic. And then this Declan Rice, like our midfield was just couldn't get close to
mm,
Casemiro, Kobe Mainu, and Bruno Fernandes. At times in that game, they were popping the ball about us. And you've got Zubamendi, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard in there.
yeah. Poor, mate. Absolutely
And
poor.
if like as much, I think Zubamendi's a quality player, but where I do see like a weakness, like everyone says he's an upgrade on Thomas Partey on the ball. Yeah, he is, but he doesn't have the athleticism that Thomas Partey did, tracking back and winning tackles and
Mm,
breaking up the play. And I think we've seen that a little bit in these big games against Liverpool and United when players are really clever at keeping the ball. Zubamendi often is committing a foul, getting a yellow card,
mm,
and isn't as good defensively. And I think, he was at fault for a, for a couple goals yesterday. First one, obviously, played it straight back to Mbumo. And
mm,
then for Dorgus, he's appealing for a handball,
yeah.
um, and could have maybe put him off a little bit.
Mm, yeah.
And
Not
I think the difficulty about the thing that was just the real dagger in the heart yesterday was we got it back to 2-2. And
mm,
usually you think at that point I was just like, go on then, Arsenal, go and win this. We only need one more chance. We had about 10 minutes left of the game, and before you know it, they've gone and scored again.
mm.
Obviously, another worldy strike,
But
but
but because he was given the space, mate, like he ran off the back of Declan Rice, who not good enough. Like not to give a player like Cunha that sort of space. You know what he can do, and there's nothing really David Raya can do about it. But yeah, it's just it's knowing your opposition, mate. You know what Cunha can do from outside the box. Like, you know the type of player he is, and these players in the Premier League are so technically good that if you're running at goal and you've got the whole goal to aim at, of course he's going to bend it in the far post and probably score. He's got that ability to be able to do that, and we just made it so easy for United, mate. So easy, and I don't know, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to even like talk about it. That's
I
how bad.
know, mate. It's you like today when I went into work, like, bet like loads of people like, oh, did you have a good weekend? And I
Mm,
know what they were getting at, and I was just like, we're not talking about football this morning, mate. We're like, genuinely, I didn't want to talk about it, and I am struggling to talk about it now because it did. The thing is, mate, maybe like other Arsenal fans can agree, and maybe you can agree. I'm so emotionally invested in this team
mm,
and wanting to win the Prem because we've been so close.
mm,
We've finished second 3 times in a row, and we've been almost getting across the line. And now it's like we got this opportunity. I think the most frustrating thing about yesterday was, you know, against Liverpool, we had the opportunity to extend our lead. Then against Forest, we extended our lead by 1 point, but it could have been 9. And now, the Man City win and we've dropped points. And what could have been, a 9 point lead is all of a sudden the deficit's back to 4. And it's like, this could be the make or break sign. And, you know, as we said last episode, you're one game away from a crisis.
yeah.
And the problem with Arsenal is it just feels there is so much negativity in our fan base because of the lack of success we've had and
Mm,
because we've almost got across the line previously. It's like there's almost like a fear that it's going to happen again. And I feel like that is transitioning into the club and the players. And ever since we've gone a few points ahead, they've been playing with fear again. There's no freedom
mm.
to the way we've been playing. And it's just been rigid. And our defensively, we've just been poor, and especially in that game.
Yeah, I think as fans, we, we're probably having a really, really hard time of it. Whereas I think, really, in reality, you know, if you put it into perspective, that was the first loss at the Emirates. This
This
and
season,
yeah, um, in all competitions,
yeah,
and we also, like, you are gonna lose. You are gonna lose games. Um, so I think if I was talking to an Arsenal fan and I wasn't an Arsenal fan, I'd be telling them, look, relax. You're 4 points clear. There's, what is there now? 15, 14, 15 games to go. Um, what game week was that? 2022 or 23? I don't know if you've got it up on yours.
don't know.
Um, but there's probably about 15,
23.
23. So yeah, 50,
We're
15
just
games
over
to go.
halfway. Yeah,
Yeah,
15 games.
15 games to go. You're 4 points clear. Don't panic. Don't panic. Um, this isn't the Man City of old. You know, Villa are Villa. Like, they're probably not going to win the league. Let's be honest. Um, Liverpool are miles off the pace. Obviously, United are down there, Chelsea, etc., etc. So just take it easy. And just get back to basics. Like, I think that's kind of what we need to be telling ourselves is like, look, we do still have the lead, and I think as long as we have the lead, we'll be all right. I do think if Man City leapfrog us, even by a point, I think psychologically that will really, really damage Arsenal. And I think it would be really hard to get it back then from Man City. So I think the main thing is just, even if it's by a point or two, but just stay in front. Because I think psychologically, if we fall behind, I think it'd be really catastrophic.
No, yeah, I 100% agree with you. It's like, it's when you look, when you look at something from an outsider's point of view, like I had it today as well at work. They said, "Is it that bad? I mean, I know you lost, but you're
Mm,
still 4 points clear, top of the Champions League. You've got a lead going into the Carabao Cup semi-final. You aren't going to win every single game, as you said.
mm.
But I think it's just the fact that Arsenal fans are haunted
Yeah, of
from
course.
what happened in previous seasons.
Yeah,
So any sign of a little slip up, um, it just puts we get the fear of life put into us
yeah, and
because
yeah, and I think the other fan bases also like pile onto that as well. Like I think that is another thing, is like the fear of, like, being called a bottler again, or second for the fourth time, or the bridesmaid, or you know what I mean. Like I think it's that thing, Whereas like really, yeah, it's fine. Look, you lost a game. It's going to happen from time to, I'm sure we'll lose another game before the end of the season. So do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just making sure that before you lose that next game, you win 5-10 on the bounce. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
that's the main thing.
If I believe in this, I think we will see a reaction. I think they're going to be pissed, and maybe maybe in the grand scheme of things, you win or you learn in life, and maybe Arsenal needed that
Mm,
loss, that defeat, to really make them think we've got fix up now. It's time to lock in. We've been sloppy. We've been getting away with it. We haven't been at our best, but now's the time. And you know, we've just come off the back of 4 away games in a trot
yeah,
in
yeah,
4 different competitions, which is the first time in football history that's happened to a team. You've gone that's taxing. That's taxing. For players, you
yeah,
know,
100%.
and we've got a few home games now to gather our thoughts, and we'll have to see where it is. And it will all, at the end of the season, it will all be said and done, and that's when we can judge Arteta. That's when we can judge this team. But I hope this was just a blip,
Mm,
and that notoriously this it seems to happen every January with us. Like if you go back to last January, had the Carabao Cup semi-final against
mm.
Newcastle where we lost.
It's
We
still
also
tough to
crashed out.
capitulate.
Yeah, and then we crashed out the FA Cup
Yeah, to United.
to United on penalties. I think we probably lost or drew a few games in the Prem. So it's after the Christmas period,
Mm,
and we're notoriously bad at this time of the year. So
yeah, I hope it sorts itself out. Um, we got Leeds away, mate, which is going to be a really big game, tough game. They're going to make it physical. I hope we can just get the ball down and play, put a few goals past them. Do you know what I mean? And sort of just relax the nerves then, and sort of watch
yeah,
watch
I
the.
mean, yeah, if we can win that game and then go on to watch what Man City do against Spurs, that would be a really nice weekend. But
Mhm.
nervous about it, mate.
Yeah,
Still
I
nervous.
think as well is like you kind of just want the next game to come now. Like I
Yeah.
we've got this midweek game against Kairat Almaty in the Champions League, which to be I don't know if I've told you, I'm going to that game. To be fair,
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
mad.
no, going to the Emirates. So obviously I'll keep you updated whilst I'm there. But
Yeah,
obviously
gas man.
it's going to be a really, really like heavily changed team. obviously there's nothing to really play for in that game now. We're top of the Champions League. I think Bayern Munich need like a 5 or 6-0 win to go
And
ahead. We did lose. So it'd be a really, really rotated squad. There'll be a few kids in there, I'm sure. But I kind of almost want that Leeds game to be on the Wednesday just to get back to winning ways in the league. But maybe we need to, like, absolutely smash a team 4-5-0 to sort of just get a bit of confidence back. Play some attacking football. I wouldn't mind. I'd like to see Max Dowman. Maybe I haven't seen him for a while.
He's injured.
Oh, is he? Oh, great. Never mind then. I'd like to see Gyökeres play just get a couple of goals, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to see Havertz play if he's fit enough.
Yeah, I reckon he'll go for Havertz. But yeah, we need to definitely. I agree. Do you know what? Those games are the most, like, they're the times I enjoy Arsenal. Watching Arsenal the most is like those Champions League games where we are a little bit rotated,
Yeah,
and we actually, like, when Ben White plays, and I would like to see Mosquera, and I don't want Saliba and Gabriel anywhere near the game.
no.
Christian Norgard needs to start as well. I do not need to see Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi on the pitch at all.
Yeah,
Eberechi Eze needs to start.
yeah,
Marino can go in.
yeah,
I'd like to see a midfield of Norgard, Marino, and Eze.
yeah, yeah,
And then Martinelli's got to start. I'd like to see Havertz back because, we do need him. And I
yeah,
think Gabriel Jesus yesterday was really poor.
yeah,
And Madueke.
yeah, yeah. No, I think
And Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, Lewis Skelly. I put Kepa in as well.
Yeah, you don't need to see a single
Yeah,
first team play and fill the bench with kids.
yeah,
Give them an opportunity.
yeah. No, I agree, mate. And yeah, I'm sure that team there would be capable of absolutely battering them. So, let's get a big performance in that game and then go into the weekend, with a bit more of a bubbly atmosphere, mate. But I think we should move on from Arsenal
Yeah.
for the sort of the next couple of things. We got top four race to talk about, and then obviously I know you want to say something about Liverpool, so probably got a little bit more of the show to go. So, in terms of the top four race, what is the table and the points looking like? What we discussing?
So we got Manchester United up in fourth with 38 points.
Mm-hmm.
Got Chelsea in fifth and Liverpool in sixth.
Mm.
And then you could throw Fulham. They're only 2 points behind Liverpool.
Mm.
Brentford as well on 33 points with Newcastle. So, Liverpool lose a game. Who they've got next week? Let me just have a look.
Newcastle.
I mean, if Liverpool, they could lose that game.
Yeah,
And I
maybe.
mean, Brentford have got Villa. Brentford are decent. They're a tough team.
And
You could see
who are Fulham?
Liverpool. Fulham are at United. So that's a if Fulham win that game,
Yeah,
United lose. They're only 1 point behind United.
that's mental, isn't it? Absolutely mental.
So it's all to play for. Out of those teams, and you could even throw Aston Villa in there because I do still think they're gonna become part of that. They're gonna drop back a bit and get involved in that chasing pack a little bit because
Yeah.
it's a long season. I think they played very well against Newcastle, but Boubacar Kamara's injured, who's
Mm.
been one of the better players this season. I think their squad is probably starting to, feel it a little bit.
Mm.
And I think that chasing pack, like teams like Man United, who, are only playing once a week,
Mm.
are going to be very fresh. And, you always see teams that playing once a week, they start playing some really good football. And
Got
yeah,
some time.
who's your, if you were to, let's say Man City and Arsenal between them are finishing top two. Who
Yeah.
do you see finishing third and fourth out of those teams?
I think Villa get one of those spaces.
Yeah,
I think they're good enough too. Um, and they've got a decent margin above United. Not loads, but I think decent enough, and they've got enough in them to keep where they are. I think. Uh,
yeah.
and then the fourth team, bro, it's really hard because a couple of weeks ago you would not have said United, um, but now obviously after the last few results, the change of formation, bringing Kobe Manu back in, you know, um, and stuff like that, and putting Fernandez back to the 10, you sort of think, oh, they could do something. Rafinha started well at Chelsea, to be fair. They've had a couple of, I think, 3 wins on the bounce. So you think they could probably, if they can, they're sort of under the radar, a little bit. Um, like we don't really talk about them too much. I think obviously when it was going wrong at the end of sort of Maresca's time, obviously we spoke about them, but the last few, obviously, like I said, Rafinha's 1-3 on the spin, and we haven't really sort of discussed them that much. So, um, I, but I
Won
think
his first
I
two
think
games in
Liverpool
the
in trouble. I think Liverpool in big trouble. I think Liverpool's only saving grace is if the Premier League teams do well in the Champions League and we get like 5 spaces again. Um, I think that could be
So
like only.
another thing I think this is very worth mentioning. As of right now, the goal difference,
Mm,
United are on 7,
mm,
Chelsea got 14, and Liverpool are on 3.
yeah. See, yeah, it could come down to that, bro. I think it came
And I
to the goal difference last season.
It did, and it's so goal difference is so important for those 4th, 5th place finishes
Mm,
because it is so tight, and you know, 3 goal difference, that's quite a lot to make up, and
yeah,
the goals just don't seem now. Liverpool defense is stretched. They've got no one right back.
yeah.
ACL Kanate. I don't know what's going on with Kanate, but now Joe Gomez is out.
Mm,
Endo had to come in. And then, Kirkaz was absolute shambles against Bournemouth, got hooked again at half time. Both goals kind of came down his side. Um, Virgil van Dijk again
perfect.
at fault for 2 goals. At fault for the third as well.
Mate, do you see
Um,
that little, like, that nonchalant flick he tried to do? And then,
he's
like,
so arrogant.
yeah, but I smiled from ear to ear when Evan Nilsson scored that. Bro tried to like just flick it out, like, and then Alex Scott just passed it to Evan Nilsson, and then he tried to blame someone else.
Whenever Virgil van Dijk makes a mistake, just watch what he does afterwards.
Yeah, just always like
Throws
throws his
the
arms.
ref.
Yeah,
He has a look at Kirkaz and starts yapping at him. It's never like the guy's head is so big, and because like it wasn't not too long ago, Jamie Carragher was trying to say we need a different league for Virgil van Dijk because he's that good. Well,
yeah,
guess what? Now we're seeing this is the most he's ever had to defend,
yeah, yeah.
and when it comes to actually defending, he's not all that.
No, no, I agree. He's nowhere near Vidic. He's nowhere near Ferdinand. He's nowhere near Terry, Carvalho. You know,
Take him
Campbell.
out of those,
All these
take
players.
him out of
Like,
those names.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, he's alongside like Sammy Hippier and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think to answer your question, I think if it's 5 teams, I think it would be Villa, United, and Chelsea. I think. I don't know in what specific order, but I think those 3 will do it. Just Liverpool playing so poor,
I'm gonna
and
go out on a limb here and say that United are going to finish in third.
Okay.
I think they're going to finish the season very, very well.
Mm,
I think Aston Villa will come fourth, and I think Chelsea will finish fifth,
yeah,
and Liverpool being Thursday nights.
yeah. Rightly so. Rightly
Yeah,
so.
and Newcastle could come into this if they start finding some form.
Yeah, if
It's
they
really
could.
tight.
Yeah, and as much as there is 15 games left, and that is a lot. There's also, you look at it the other way. There's only 15 games left.
Yeah,
So like a team like Fulham, like if they just keep plodding away, like I said, under the radar, a couple of last minute winners, like if they get to 10 games left and they're still just hanging on, mate, you never know. You never know what can happen in this league. So
I'd love that. I'd love that for Fulham. They've
yeah,
got a couple ex-Arsenal players in
mm,
there as well.
yeah, if they
I'd
got
love
even
that.
like sixth place, like Europa League or something, I think it'd be really special for the league, mate. Or if they could sneak into fifth, or just mate, something like that. But yeah, it's possible, mate. All these teams are dropping points here and there, so all you got to do is
Yeah.
hang on. All you got to do is
I
hang
think
on.
it's such an advantage for United in this race as well. Like, you look at Villa, they're obviously in the Europa League. They'll probably win that, so they're going to be playing a lot of football.
Yeah,
Chelsea in the Champions League, a lot of football.
yeah,
Liverpool as well, a lot of football. United, I think it's the first time. I think it's the lowest amount of games a United team's played in a very, very. I think they're only going to be playing close on to 40 games
yeah. Well,
this
you got
season.
to think, mate. Every other team. I mean, you look at Villa. Yeah, they're in Europa League. They're probably going to get to the semi-final minimum, and they'll be taking that very seriously come the end of that competition because it's Unai Emery. He wants to win that. And they're still in the FA Cup.
And it
Um,
will guarantee them Champions League.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they kind of, if they did fall away, they've got that to sort of fall back on. Chelsea, they've got Carabao Cup still to play, and there's still all to play for in that second leg. They've got the FA Cup and the Premier League and Champions League still to play in. Liverpool, they've got FA Cup, Champions League, and Premier League to play in. United have literally just got the Premier League. So they, like you say, they've got all that time on the training field every week, and they just need to just win their game at the weekend. That's all they have to do. So it really is
It's all
a
they have to
big
do.
advantage for them, mate.
And it's a massive advantage when they're coming up against a team like Arsenal, who've just played four away games, and Man City when they went to Old Trafford, they
Mm.
were just coming off a couple of away games and a Champions League and a Carabao Cup semi-final. So
Mate, you're not the fresh.
it's massive.
Mm.
It's massive. It is really massive.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's going to be a really interesting final 15 games of the season where anything can happen. I did
Hmm.
just want to touch on one thing and get your reaction to it.
Yeah.
Mo Salah back in the Liverpool team, unbeaten streak, finito. Is it a coincidence?
Did he start the game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did.
He did,
Um,
yeah.
Mo Salah, Liverpool. Um, do you think his time there's done, mate?
Yeah. I think a few of their time. I think Allison probably gone at the end of the season.
Mm.
I know he's still a very decent keeper, but I feel like he's probably gonna. I can see him going to like PSG or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, yeah,
'Cause I think PSG aren't too happy with their keeper.
yeah.
Um, I think Van Dijk will be gone as well. I just don't see him sticking around for
Could see,
humiliation show every single weekend.
could really see him at Madrid. See Madrid buying him, just
Like
like a buy type thing.
yeah, exactly, or even Barca, like
Yeah,
some
'cause I
team
think I think
like
he I think he'd do quite well in La Liga. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit slower,
yeah.
not as like physical, um, and he's definitely lost a yard. Um, and yeah, I think Salah could go, mate. I really think Saudi's calling him, or some sort of like Middle Eastern league like that. It sort of makes sense, maybe, or maybe he could go to even like a um, I don't know, yeah, Serie A maybe, or
I feel like he
there's a lot of
yeah.
teams that would still have Mo Salah in their team. Don't get me wrong. You know,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
could
he's
still.
just gonna bring you so many fans as well. It's
Oh
like the
yeah,
Ronaldo, isn't it? It's like,
yeah,
you know, you're gonna make money off his shirt sales if you bring him to the club. He's gonna probably pay his own transfer fee. I
yeah.
think Liverpool probably regret not selling him in the summer. I
Mm,
mean, what a way to, you know, he would have been cemented as one of the greats in Premier League history. So do you
yeah.
know, like it's a bit. I watch a lot of UFC, and there's a fighter called Anderson Silva, and he
Mm,
used to like he was the GOAT. Like he knocked everyone out. He went on some crazy winning streaks, but he stuck around a little bit too long, and it got
mm,
to the point where he was 40 years of age, fighting up and comers, and was getting knocked out by nobodies. Still one
mm.
of the greats of all time, but what people are going to remember of Anderson Silva is the new fans are him getting knocked out,
That's got
and
tainted, like
huh?
that sort of like tainted legacy.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like this season for Mo Salah and Van Dijk has tainted their legacy a bit.
Mm.
And I don't think they'll stick around too long for it to be tainted further.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree, mate. And I wouldn't if I was them. I can't see it getting any better than what it is at the moment. Because they win a couple and then they lose to someone who they shouldn't be losing to, and then this is a weird cycle at the moment. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, do you think I feel like the only way they bounce back is with a new manager.
Mm. I just don't know.
I
I
just
don't.
think
I don't think Liverpool are that sort of club, are they? Like to. I feel like he'll be there next season. I really do. I think.
if he doesn't get Champions League, let's say they end trophyless and he doesn't get Champions League, there's no way he's staying there. Especially, do you know another reason why I think he's going to be gone no matter what? It's
Mm.
because Xavi Alonso's available,
Yeah.
and that was their number one pick. Like before they went for Slot, they wanted Alonso, but he was
Yeah.
obviously going to Madrid.
Yeah. 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 That's true.
And I feel with his availability, it's going to be like I know he didn't do well at Madrid, but it's a different, Liverpool. It's different for Liverpool.
Kind of wasn't his fault either. Like it's not
Yeah.
like he did badly. He was only like a few points behind
He
Bar.
only, at least he got to the final.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're doing all right in the Champions League, Madrid as well.
Yeah. That's why I think that's
Well, they're
what
up,
they were second. I think they're third now.
yeah.
Um.
So to be sacked, So I just think Liverpool fan. I mean, Liverpool fans are getting most people are slot out that I've
Mm.
listened to online
Yeah.
because how have you? The thing is, how have you spent £450 million
Mm. And got
and
worse.
got this bad?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Like,
But
sorry, I go back to Arsenal. Arsenal spent a lot of money, but they haven't got worse. They just stayed in the same place. Like they were second, they're second again, and second again, and now hopefully we're gonna win it. But like, you don't get worse by spending more money. Do you know what I mean?
no, and it's also like everyone was saying the narrative before the start of the season was, that it's over.
Yeah,
Like you've got Isak,
yeah, it is.
Salah,
It's over for
Vert,
Liverpool.
yeah, trust. And on that bombshell, it's been a
Kind
great pod.
of, yeah, absolutely. Nice Very nice
Yeah,
episode. Quick hour. Obviously,
lovely.
we'll be back next week. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know how you thought we got on with our predictions at the start of the show. Let us know who you think, might come out on top this week. And if you've got any end of season forfeit suggestions, let us know, because one of us will be doing one.
Yeah,
And we'll go from there, man.
we will. And yeah, thanks always, as always. Thank you for listening and watching, and we'll see you next week.
Laters.